Bank of Dave tells the remarkable story of Dave Fishwick, a normal guy from a very normal town in a very normal England.
Welcome to Burnley.
Destined to lead an extraordinary life.
I've told you, I'm not a bloody bank.
And I've told you, maybe you should be.
Dave left school at 16 with no real skills, but went on to become a self-made millionaire. But in 2011, Burnley was flailing in the aftermath of the GFC as banks tightened lending practices.
The FRB exists to make sure that people's hard-earned money is entrusted to the right kind of chap.
So Dave took matters into his own hands, offering 5% interest on savings, cheap loans, and donating any profits to charity.
A bank that serves the whole community. Makes me really want to give it a go.
This is the real life Dave Fishwick.
He looks more like me than I do.
Did you have a short list of people you wanted to play?
It could have been Tom, you know, because...
Tom who? Cruise.
Please welcome Dave Fishwick.
Welcome aboard. Yeah.
OK, Dave, who on earth goes, you know what I'm going to do? Start a bank. Where did you get that idea from?
Well, late 2008, early 2009, my minibus customers were coming to me for finance, as they had done for many years. I used to fill the forms in, send it off to the local bank, get paid.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the banks just stopped lending. And I thought, have they done something wrong? Have they not paid a bill? Have they got a CCJ? But no, banks stopped lending to businesses. So I thought, well, if I believe in these people, I'll lend them the money myself, which is what I did. They paid me back, and I thought, this banking malarkey, it's not that difficult. Yeah. Oh, my God. And then I thought, well, I can do it with other businesses. So I'll start a tiny bank, run by the community to benefit the community.
Right. OK, but I want to know what the reaction was like, because if I just went up to one of my friends and was like, hey, man, I'm starting a bank, I promise it's real, give me all your savings, I'll give you back 5% interest, they would think that I'm like a walking Nigerian scam email. Like, what was the reaction like?
But it works. We help people get the best rate of interest on the high street. We then lend that money to people and businesses who can't borrow from the high street bank through my right-hand man, David H., who looks at people as people. He's 55 years in banking. And then the profit, we pay the overheads and give the difference to charity.
And you're not driven by shareholders wanting more profit and all the rest of it. So
we just do the right thing.
Yeah.
So could you give us an example of someone you were able to help out, maybe?
Yeah, just recently, in the last couple of weeks, I had a phone call from a lady who's a headmistress in a school. She said, Dave, I need your help and I need it quick. The kids are coming to school starving. Food prices are going up in the UK, as they are here as well. I've just been reading about that today. Food prices have been going up. They needed food. And they needed machinery to cook the food. So I said, send me a link. So we bought all the machinery, we did the kitchen up, I bought a year's supply of food. I said, 3 months before you run out, send me a message and I'll give you the money for another year's supply of food. So on one side, you've got kids starving. On the other side, you've got bankers asking for $30 million bonuses. How does that work?
There's a new life hack, start a bank. Well, how did we end up with the movie? How did it get to Hollywood?
Well, I come from Burnley, don't I? I got a phone call 2 years ago, and it was a guy called Piers Ashworth who writes Mission Impossible for Tom Cruise.
Really?
I'm kidding you not. I mean, the movie's out today, so it's real. It's in cinemas in all over New Zealand. That's why I'm here to watch it. And it's out today. But I got that phone call, and he said, Dave, I want to make a movie about your life. So I said, better get yourself to Burnley, then. So he did. And he said, I want to make a biopic. I said, well, aren't you normally dead? And I'm alive. So... I said, who's going to play you, Dave? Who would you like? I said, well, you know, Tom. You know. But instead, we got Rory Kinnear out of Bond.
So good.
From Bond to Burnley, he's peaking now.
He's just as good looking as Tom Cruise.
He looks more like me than me, though, doesn't he? Yeah. But the first time he met me, he knocked on my door, he says, I opened it at my house. There's Rory. He said, Dave, meet Dave. I thought you'll do for me.
I have to ask, could this work in New Zealand? We've got our own problems with banks, making too many profits, sending them to Australia.
I'd love to speak to some people in New Zealand. I think New Zealand would make a perfect place for community banks run by the community to benefit the community rather than the bonus culture. There'll be entrepreneurs here, and there's the Maori people as well that could all come together and we could build something, and I could show them how to do it. And if people wanted to ring into the show, I'd happily give the information for free.
But before that happens, like, can people DM you and ask you for money? Like, is that...
I've already got one from you, but I didn't think I was supposed to say anything.
I saw you'd read it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
The Bank of Dave is in cinemas now. Please give it up for Dave Fishwick.
Thank you. Real pleasure.